Hey guys, Jill Washington here. I am a diamond coach on Team Persevere as well as the founder of Team Keep the Faith. We unfortunately were not able to do our team call on Thursday night because I was having technical difficulties. So I decided I would share this call with Team Persevere as well, just because I feel like it has a lot of good information. So if you have any questions at the end, just let me know. Post them in the team page. Let me share my screen with y'all real quick. Okay, so today I'm going to go over how to get challengers that are out of your circle. So let's face it, we all start off with our friends, our family, things like that. And then after your first month or two, I would say an average of 3 to 5 months is when people start really slowing down in their business. And they're like, I don't have anyone to talk to. I'm running out of people on my friends list kind of thing. But if you start doing your business the right way from day one, you're not going to run into that issue. Okay, so first a couple of announcements. Team Perseverers are going to be a little bit different than mine, but the first announcement is Summit waitlist. So make sure that you guys are on that waitlist for Summit. They have been talking about releasing people starting as early as April, so make sure that you're watching your email for that because I believe you only have 42 or 48 or 72 hours to purchase your ticket once you are off the waitlist. Also, I know that some of us on the leadership team have been talking about renting a house for Summit. It's just gonna kind of play by how far it is, how much it costs, things like that, how many people are going. But if you really truly plan on going to Summit, now is the time to start planning for it because everyone who reserved hotel rooms, they're gonna start having to pay for them in April. So we're gonna have to make sure that we start booking things next month. The next thing is the 22-minute hardcore. Are you guys getting that program? If so, remember Monica will be starting a group soon. Or if anyone else is hosting a 22-minute hardcore group, let us know, post it on the wall so that everybody knows kind of who they can hop in with. We're not doing that yet because we're still in the middle of hammer and chisel, but once we do, I'll let everyone know. Also, for anyone on my team, if you are on my team, I am having all of you run a free clean eating group starting on March 28th. That's going to be kind of some practice for some of you veteran coaches who haven't quite taken that plunge of running your own challenge group yet. This is how we're going to get started. So be prepared for that. I will post a call next week kind of about how to get started, things like that. Also, our next coach sneak peek group for Team Keep the Faith is going to start on March 21st. So make sure that you're talking to people about that. Start planting your seeds, talk about how amazing coaching is, how much you love your team, kind of the things that brought you into coaching. Make sure you're slowly posting that so that when you do your Sunday and Monday night post, then it kind of ties all together and it makes sense. Okay, so for my team, people who were changing lives last month, Sarah, Leon, and Christy did an amazing job making sure that they hit Success Club. And I know that all of them already have some Success Club points on the board. So keep pushing, everybody. You guys are doing an awesome job. Okay, so now let's get into the meat and potatoes or the meat and potatoes of the call. So I know I have posted this on the team pages before, and this is a power hour schedule that I have posted just on my phone. So if I'm doing a power hour and I just need something to quickly reference, this is what I use. But I know that Allie posted an awesome sheet that you can print off for your power hour, and I think I'm going to start using that to actually track on because it had a lot of really good information on there, as well as space for everything. So that's a good tool to use. If you can't find it, let us know and we can make sure that we post it again. So the first thing as far as making sure that you're successful with adding new people is every single day you should be adding at least 3 new friends to your friends list. I generally do 10 to 20. You do have to be careful to make sure that when you're adding people as friends that they're accepting you, because if you have too many friend requests sitting out there with nobody accepting them, you can be put in Facebook jail. I luckily never have been. I'm going to knock on wood real quick. But I know that Monica was, and I think it was for like 72 hours she was on Facebook jail. Sometimes it can last a couple hours. Sometimes it can last weeks. So make sure you're real careful about that. But with that being said, you should for sure be at least adding 3 new people to your Facebook a day. These can be friends of friends, people from mom groups, or groups with similar interests. So one thing that I do is I am a part of a lot of short bowel mom groups because I have a daughter that has short bowel syndrome. And I really interact in that group. not because of Beachbody, but just because I truly like to help those people, and I've been an advocate for the last almost 7 years. And that helped me a lot when I first had Tristan, and so I try to make sure that I'm there for those parents who are kind of starting out as well. So make sure that you find groups that have similar interests. So if you like cats, get in a cat group, or dogs, or if you want to do play dates in your area. I know that we have an awesome Casey Moms play date group that me and some of my coaches are in. And we really interact a lot with those moms because that's a great way to start building those relationships with people. So make sure you're interacting in those groups, because then when you add them as a friend, it's not going to be a weird, oh, this is a creepy person trying to sell me something. They'll actually know kind of who you are and know a little bit more about you just from what you've already talked to them about. The next thing is you can't just add all these people and do nothing. So first off, it's not on this slide, but you have to make sure that you are making an appearance on Facebook. So you have to be posting 3 to 4 times every single day. Remember that if you're not posting every single day, then Facebook's not going to show half of the people that are your friends your post anyway. So you have to be consistent with that. But secondly, you have to actually be interacting with these people. So once you add them as a friend, you need to have an ongoing list of people that you're interacting with. And it doesn't take much time. What I always do is I go to the day before's people that I added, search their name, and look at their posts and see if there's anything that I'm interested in. If it's something I can comment on, great. But what's even better is if they have a post that's something that I could send them a message about. So let's say they talked about how they're struggling with potty training. Well, I have 3 kids. Let me send them a message and say, hey girl, I saw that you were having struggles with potty training. We had the same issue. Here are my tips. Just because that's something that they posted about and you're trying to help them with. Or if it's something fitness related, even better. But first, just comment on their pictures, comment on their statuses, give advice if it relates to you. Make sure you're liking things. Now, I will say don't go and just like 20,000 pictures or go back 5 months and like it. That's just kind of creepy, and they're going to think that you're crazy. But be natural with it. Answer things the same way you would with any of your normal friends. Don't be weird and salesy or things like that. Just interact with people, because that will start building that relationship. The next thing is sending that hey girl message. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy or ridiculous. There are a couple different ways to do it. So the first one is someone that you actually know but you haven't talked to in years or months or whatever it is. But I usually just say, hey girl, I haven't seen you in forever. I can't believe how big your kids have gotten. How have you been? As simple as that. That starts the conversation. The next one is, hey girl, I saw that you posted about potty training the other day. This is what worked for us. So again, that one could work for someone that you don't even know at all, but they posted something that you can relate to. The next one is form. If you do not know what form is, then you need to talk to your upline coach about sending you the paper that talks about form and how to build relationships using form. But this basically is it. So if you use these questions or similar questions to reconnect with old friends or build new long-term relationships, then you will be successful. The first thing of form is for family. These are some questions you could do. It's been a long time since we've talked. Where do you live now? How long have you lived there? Do you have family there? So that's a good way to get information out of them without, talking anything about Beachbody or yourself. This is all getting to know them. Moving into occupation. What do you do for work? Or are you home with your kiddos? How long have you been working there? So do you plan on staying there for a long time? And you're getting to know more about them. I can't tell you how many times I've asked someone that question. They're like, oh my gosh, yes, I have this job and I hate it. Ding, 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 coaching. I felt the same way, and guess what? I was able to quit my job. So you have to be listening to what they're telling you. You can't just be doing it just for a business perspective. We are here to build relationships with people. The next one's recreation. So what do y'all do for fun in your area? What do you like about that? What do you and your kids like to do out that way? So wherever you're from. So those are also good, gateway questions on getting to know more about them. Okay, so then last part is messaging. So after asking your questions for family, occupation, recreation, then you're going to know more about the person's sign. And sign stands for their strengths, their interests, their goals, and their needs. Now it's going to be time to message them. So after you've talked to them about these things, I guarantee they'll say something about either they've seen your fitness posts or you've motivated them, especially if you've been making sure that you're putting out your posts every single day. Once you start having these conversations, you're going to know a lot more about them, especially if they're a talker, which a lot of women and parents are. So once you ask those, now is going to be the time to be like, hey, I don't know if it's a good fit for you, or I don't know if you've seen my posts, but I'm having a challenge group and I would love to have you in it. Or talk to them about coaching. A lot of people are so scared to just jump right into the coaching conversations, but you can do it. You'd be shocked at how many people actually would love to be a coach, but no one's ever talked to them about it, and they don't know where to get started. Or some people might not even know that you're actually a Beachbody coach, but just that you do Beachbody. Also, it is okay to send out cold invites. I know some people are terrified of it. A lot of people think that they're going to sound salesy, and sometimes people might think you're being salesy, but as long as you word it right, you're not going to sound salesy. You're going to sound like a person who's really enthusiastic about what you do, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is how I always look at it. One time someone told me, if you want to lose weight, or no, what was it? If you have a problem with your tooth, you're not going to go to the doctor to get your tooth fixed. You're going to go to the dentist. But if you have a great dentist, or a great dentist, you're going to share that with people, right? So we have all the information about fitness. Why would we not share that with them? And we are fitness experts, or people who are involved in fitness. If we don't know the answer, we can find it. So why not share that with people? And if you don't know how to help that person, I guarantee one of us does. So come to the group and ask us. We can always help someone. It's just a matter of not being scared to do it. So one thing that I kind of say to people just for a cold invite. Hey girl, I'm not sure if you've seen it on my page at all, but I have a fitness challenge group coming up on Monday, March 21st. I would love to have you in there if you're interested. We all help push each other and hold ourselves accountable, all while having fun. Have you ever thought about doing anything like that? Also, if you have any friends or family that would like to join, I would love to have them as well. Okay, so one thing that people fail to do when they message people is actually asking them to be a part of a group. So have you ever thought about doing anything like that? People forget to do that. A lot of the time, new coaches will just say, hey, I'm having a fitness challenge group starting on, this day. Let me know if you're interested. Don't say, let me know if you're interested. Ask them, how do you feel about that? Would you ever do that? Have you ever thought about it? Something like that, because they have to answer it. Or don't say, would you like to do that? Because that's a yes or no. You always want something that's actually going to make them have an actual response to it. And then one thing I always do is add in that, or if you know anyone else who would like to do it with you. Because how many people do you know who have an aunt, a cousin, a sister, a brother who would like to get in shape together? Generally, most people are going to have one or two people who would like to do it with them. So if you throw that out there from the beginning, you already have it in their head. So if someone does say they're interested, I always finish with, okay, you said you have a couple other people who'd be interested, who do you think those people would be? And I say, if you want to share some information with them, I can send you something to send to them, and you can let me know what they say. Just because if you kind of help them along that way, there's an emerald coach right there. It's as easy as that. And you're showing them, for one, they can make their money back, for two, how easy it is to work the business, and for three, how much support they're going to have behind them. Okay, so one thing that I want you guys to do, I want you to pull up 2 conversations that you've had that just kind of went nowhere. Whether they stopped responding to you, they were super interested, and then they were like, no thanks. No matter what it is, even if you think that conversation was amazing, I want you to pull it out, screenshot it, and post it on the wall. And I want all of us to kind of review each other's conversations, because I can tell you, I hit a point where I was so worried about people telling me no that I was almost kind of talking people out of it before they even said no. Like, my mindset told me, oh, they don't have time for this, or oh, they don't have money for this. I can tell you, November, that was me right here. Didn't hit Success Club, and it was all because of my mindset. My mindset was, oh, it's almost Christmas time, no one has the money for it. So even though I would invite people, I wasn't positive about it. I didn't have that faith and belief in it. It was, if they showed any sign of hesitation, I'd be like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. So you have to remember, you have to believe in this just as much as you want them to believe in it. And I promise you that if you do, you can be successful. Okay, so reminder, your homework assignment is to post 2 conversations that you've had, and we can all kind of review those conversations together. I will also be posting a call for Tuesday, and it will also have some really good information about coaching and how to invite for coaching. So I hope you guys are super excited, about this month, and I think that you guys can all hit Success Club. You just got to keep pushing, and don't forget about Carl's incentive that he gave to all of us who are not on the cruise ship right now. I hope y'all have an amazing Sunday and a great week. Thanks, guys.